All right, how I get my guitar onto flights for free, very dependent on the airline. If I'm flying Spirit across the country, which I will from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, not a chance that's going to work. I would imagine Frontier is sort of the same. There are airlines that it works very, very well. This was mostly post-COVID, but it has worked, pre-COVID. It has worked post-COVID. I did fly American Airlines and Virgin Airlines, both of which this was fine. This worked out fine. I did fly, was it Aer Lingus to Ireland? And then from Ireland, I believe that was fine. And then during the pandemic-ish, like it hadn't completely cleared up, Swiss Airlines. That was another great airline. So, number one, the biggest thing is it has to be a carry-on. You can't check the guitar in, right, for free. The other thing is you can't check anything in for free. So you need to do the self-check-in with the app or the kiosks, right? Like, so you don't have to go to the front. If you go to the front and you have a guitar, there's not a chance that they're going to let you walk through or away with that guitar. They're just going to they're going to try to sucker you into all the fees. One thing that I will say is, and this was especially true when I was flying a lot from the US to Europe and then from Philly to Los Angeles, is unless it's something like a Spirit airline, there is no actual policy. So they'll try to say that, and there isn't. Now, I don't know if there actually is, but not everybody is ever on the same page. There's never been an airline where everybody was on the same page about exactly what to do with the guitar. One time I flew, and it was Norwegian, which is an airline I generally like. I was flying with Norwegian, and she said that I had to buy another ticket for my guitar. This guitar I bought for like $165, right, for that specific tour. So I said, you can keep it. And I said, there's no way I'm buying a $400 ticket. So you can just take the guitar. I don't know what you guys would do with it. You just throw it in the trash. Whatever. And she wasn't expecting that. So she did let me take it for free. I did get it on for free. Now, if there's a little bit of a line, as you're checking in and you're checking in your ticket, right, and you have your guitar, that's when things get a little, people get a little hasty. That does work sometimes. The problem is, if you're not in the early loading zones, getting this on an overhead is nearly impossible. I've been asking the people up front very nicely, right? When they're sort of going through the flight is booked and make sure blah blah blah. I'll go up with this and I say, hey, can we just gate check this? And I do that because it's taken a beating, right? So it's not a really expensive guitar. So if they gate check it and they throw it down the chute or whatever, I'm not too worried about it getting beat up. And they'll do a gate check. I think your bags, if they see it's a guitar, is a little safer at a gate check. The person that takes it is not just going to be throwing it around, like they would if you checked it in the front counters, like they should, because they have to throw 1.5 billion bags on that plane and they have to do it very quickly. So the gate check thing does tend to work out. Sometimes the gate check thing, you're calling attention to it, right? And then they still have some time to be like, you are supposed to, pay for that, blah, blah, blah. I've had airlines, I'm not going to say which ones, mainly because I don't remember. I don't know if I'd want to call them out either, because I don't want the airlines to I don't think that this video is going to blow up or anything, but if people start ooh, I can do that, airlines being like, no, you can't, right? And they can make, they'll make a little bit more money off you if they can. But yeah, there was an airline where the woman was like, I'm supposed to charge you for that, but I'm not going to, which I thought was really cool. That has worked, I would say, it works 0% of the time for Spirit Air, okay? But I would say between Norwegian, Icelandic Air, what else? Aer Lingus was the other one that I've taken. Swiss Air was a really nice airline. American, Virgin, I would say I've got about a 75% success rate with this. It's worth a shot. When I'm traveling, I think the other thing too is like, wow, I can't just like have this and a backpack. That's what I travel with, just this in a backpack. I stuff almost all of my underwear and socks in this. You know what I mean? Anything else that I can cram in there. You know, and then with the case that I have, it's not a hard case, right? But it's not just a gig bag. It's got a little bit more. In a gig bag, I can roll t-shirts up and like pad this, right, and get that bag closed. And then there's got even a pocket on the front. I could throw some stuff there. And then in my backpack will just be like the stuff that I don't want getting jostled around, you know, like laptops, and like I'll bring like a little mic setup and all of that stuff. That'll be like in my bag. So that's what I travel with. I don't travel heavy. So if you are, if you do pack up, you know, pretty heavy, I would definitely understand why that's a little bit more difficult, you know, but it works for me. If you're going somewhere quick and you're not flying Spirit, I would recommend at least giving it a shot. And I mean, if you don't have to wait in line anyway, you know, don't. So, you know, if you can avoid the line in the beginning, you know, to check your bags, avoid that anyway, because that's going to be, like I said in the beginning, that's going to be the first step and the biggest one. You can't go up to the front with a guitar. They're not going to let you walk away with it. Yeah, that is it. I hope it works for you. You know, if you have a slightly, if you have a beater guitar, it's going to be a little bit better, you know. I wouldn't want to necessarily see somebody take, you know, their $1,000 guitar, $2,000 guitar up there with them, you know, and then somebody takes it and they have to do a gate check and, oh, well, we promise we'll be careful. I mean, that's what this is. Wood glue, you know. I can't remember what airline, but they were definitely throwing it around a little bit, and that neck sort of popped out here, so I just had to wood glue it back in. So be careful, but it does work.